Encounter at Farpoint, The Naked Now, Justice, Arsenal of Freedom, and Conspiracy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Seventh Rule with Cirroc, Lofton, and Denise Crosby.
Hello.
Awesome shirt, Denise. Rad shirt, Cirroc.
Absolutely.
My name is Ryan T. Husk. Today we're doing a full season review special on Star Trek The Next Generation. Season 1, we're going to talk about all of the aforementioned episodes and all the others, the iconic ones, the forgettable ones. We're going to fly through them. How you guys doing?
Oh,
Great.
So happy to see you guys. I've missed you.
Ditto.
Yeah,
very
great.
much. It's so
We
good
miss
seeing you.
too.
We're gonna get
you.
you like 15 shirts if you keep making them look that good. Honestly,
Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't she make
I mean,
our
that
shirts
thing,
look good?
that pops on you.
Okay, I love the cut, the taper in the middle. It's just very flattering on a woman's body. Really. This is like my favorite t-shirt.
Love it. Everybody at
beautiful.
home, you can get your pink Seventh Rule shirt or any color. There's like so many colors. You can get it at our spring store. It's the online store. You can click that link in the description box below. Go to the online spring store and get yourself a Seventh Rule shirt. Let's
Ladies,
move forward.
They're great, a great fit. I'm telling you. Trust me.
Oh, also, here's a very quick bit of news, everybody. If you love Denise Crosby, and who doesn't, and want to see more of Denise Crosby talking with me and Cirroc, well, go to Star Trek Las Vegas, because check this out. If you go to creationentertainment.com and you check out their Star Trek Las Vegas lineup, you'll see that there will be a panel with Cirroc, Denise, and myself.
Oh my God.
And it
that's
says,
great.
The Seventh Rule Podcast
That's sweet.
presents Denise Crosby, Cirroc, Lofton, and Ryan T. Husk as they discuss their recent watching of the first year of The Next Generation and the first time that Denise and Cirroc have watched them. They will discuss their thoughts and Tasha Yar's contribution to Star Trek lore. Join us.
Oh, what a nice blurb. What a nice press release.
Right at the top of the special events page. If you go to the special events page, it's got like the Rat Pack and then the Seventh Rule. So special thanks to Creation for that. And we'll see you all then. Looking forward to it.
Please come.
Mm-hmm. And then please go to Denise and Cirroc's tables and buy all of their stuff.
Just buy everything on the first day so I can go down to the pool and party the rest of the time, the weekend I'm there. Just buy everything on our tables. So Cirroc and I can go, hang at the pool.
Yeah.
I thought Tasha Yar's contribution was to Star Trek's data, not Star Trek's lore.
Yep, very good. There was a lore thing in there. You got it.
Wow.
I had to use it. I had to use the data lore.
You're good.
It's a deep cut. Deep cut.
Yeah, that's an inside. That's inside trading right there. Yeah.
So, by the way, season 1 was sponsored by our good buddy Grandpa One, aka Tim Baum. Let's fly through some of these right quick, starting with Encounter at Farpoint, episodes 1 and 2. That's where we're introduced to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
Kind of cool.
Ish.
Loved the hot wax blown on my face, avoided, at least I still have my eyesight. Loved Q. That's my favorite part of it all, was Q's presence, and Delancey just chewed it up and got it, just laid the groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that we also saw some of the signature format things that they would end up using throughout the show, with this basically establishing shots with the ship exterior kind of, starting out with that. That would be a template for the coming episodes. Also the captain's log with Patrick Stewart's voice coming in and just setting the tone for the episode. I thought that's another kind of thing that stood out to me as being something that set precedent and was something they liked because they kept using it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget the scorts. We saw some skorts in there.
We did.
You know,
We did.
some
the scant
Yeah,
uniform,
what are they
right?
called?
Scant.
The scants?
Scant.
The scants. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking shorts and skirts.
I like skirts. I like skirts too.
Yeah, scants
very
sounds
good.
a little sleazy. Skirts
We
sounds
wear
like,
skirts.
Yeah, skort sounds like beachwear.
Yeah, skort. I'm putting my skort on today and going hitting the waves.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, if you like skorts and scant clothing, you loved Cirroc's favorite, but that's a little later. Actually, that's Justice. The Naked Now was next. The Naked Now with,
Speaking of scant clothing, wow. Well, I mean, that is monumental, this episode. Only in that, how many humans have you seen on television making it with an android and getting away with it? You know, in the 1980s, that was pretty
about
racist.
to become reality now. But
well, I mean, every girl has one, but you know, it wasn't out in the open.
Oh yeah, this was a great episode. Definitely memorable. Like you can't forget this episode. That outfit you had on, I think, is the highlight of the whole thing for me. That was.
It's
rock hard abs.
You did it.
God, man. And there's no CGI there. There's no body double. That's that's a lot of sit-ups and, Jane Fonda aerobics going into that. I worked hard for the money for that one. Yeah.
Oh, you rocked that outfit. I think it's literally the highlight of season 1. Love the jokes in this one, the fully functional jokes, this was a great episode. There once was a young lady from Venus. I mean, this had memories that you always kind of remember. So this is one of my favorite look backs on this season.
Another thing you always remember is the next one, Code of Honor. Boy, that one was was definitely a thing.
Follow up, what a to Naked Now. That's when the brakes, like we skidded to a halt, and went, what are you doing? What are you thinking? I just, I was so fresh into the game at that point that I didn't have much leverage to even, stop the game and just go, guys, what's going on here? But even then, as a young actor in my first series ever, I was aware that this is dangerous territory, and I'm not sure what where you're headed here. What's your intention in this episode? So it's a troubling, fraught episode. Yet, I remain adamant that it stays in the track of what we did as we did it. As we know, people are trying to put disclaimers, and try to edit it out. But no, it absolutely needs to be seen for what it is, to reflect 1986.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you said it best. We read into all the details and the things that were creepy about it. But definitely it shows that Tasha Yar was a central focal point of the early season.
She was,
season 1. They really wanted to start with a lot of Tasha being the center of the storyline. Unfortunately, it was at least in these couple of cases now, it was it was very narrow-minded and very sexualized instead of being dynamic and character driven. So yes, that's the Naked Now.
Right.
I mean,
what else was
exactly, but a perfect semblance of the attitude and mindset of where we're at that point in time.
Next, we had The Last Outpost. Our good buddy Armin Shimmerman continued his apology tour for that episode. Joined us on that one. We talked all about the Ferengi introduction. That was a great time.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know.
Armin has done a great job of making up for the first appearance of the Ferengi. I think, we're judging. He really shouldn't.
No,
that was given this direction. Yeah, this is what the direction they were given. But obviously, they developed their ideas on the Ferengi. But I do want to say that I like the graphics of the ship, the Ferengi Marauder that they showed in this episode.
Love the Marauder. And there was
I love the Marauder. I thought that was great job for the visual effects guys coming up with something really alien looking. And also, I remember Geordi in this close up on his visor and how detailed it was. Something just the little touches what makes Next Generation stand out over time.
You know what else stood out? Just moving forward is Eric Menyuk, who played the Traveler in the episode Where No One Has Gone Before. And he's just another one of the many guests that we had that just blew us away in this. And thank goodness for them, right? Because sometimes the episodes didn't blow us away.
That's right. And he brought such character and personality and artistry to this performance. It was so wonderful. That was a highlight for me, watching this particular episode and reacquainting myself with his performance. He was and remains to this day a very soulful human being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a fun episode. Also, Wesley kind of has his boy genius kind of breakthrough in this episode as well. His moment where
that's right.
He's able to solve things, and we start to see that.
The one time he solved things for everybody.
Yes, the one time.
We're going, Traveler, you need to take it. Like the two of you need to go now and make
That's interesting you say that.
Galaxy a better place.
It is interesting you say that because they actually did kind of do that a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh.
In future episodes of The Next Generation and in Star Trek Picard, it's referenced as well. Exactly what you're saying, Denise.
Wow. I could write this stuff.
You could write this. But not right now because we're on strike.
Yeah, don't be a scab.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So up next, everybody knows the Snakes and Dogs episode, Lonely Among Us. Our special guest was Michael Westmore. There was Mark Alimo that played an Antikin in that episode, which was just kind of a star-studded episode, but everybody's covered up in these crazy masks. But that was a fun one.
I mean, Westmore knocks it, hits a home run in this one. And it was so perfect that he joined us for the podcast because, I remember even acting in this going, what is this masterful thing in front of me, this dog snake thing? I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, that's my takeaway from it.
Yeah.
Also, I want to add really quickly that this is, I think, the beginning of the Sherlock Holmes kind of introduction into Star Trek. So that's where we got It's Elementary, My Dear Riker. And here is my Antikin.
Yes, look at that.
Flashback.
So good.
How ugly that is.
So good.
Really
if
good.
This acting thing doesn't work out for you, you could probably get a job with Westmore.
He can rap. He can play basketball.
He
can draw.
I know.
He can design clothing.
I'll do the courtroom drawings.
I'm humble.
The defendant looked like this.
I mean, serious. Yeah, if they look like that, which,
So up next, Cirroc also probably had a field day doodling this one. Justice, with all the toe you could ever want.
Oh my goodness.
Our guest was
it.
director James L. Conway. We also had a special guest, Rod Roddenberry, for a segment because he played a background actor. He was one of the Justice running teens, but they cut out his scene, but supposedly he's in there somewhere. That was a fun one.
One of my absolute favorite episodes of first season. I mean, just because of its absurdity and humor and, outrageousness, and Bill Tice's costumes just take it to another level. And again, a very strange, I don't know what the intention of the commentary, the story is. They're just all blonde and all running and all perfect
and all very naked
but I love it for its eccentricity. And whenever I'm at a con or a ship or whatever we do with this beautiful franchise, and somebody has gone and made the effort to make a Justice costume and rock that scene, I scream out loud. It just makes me crazy. We're in on something there. I don't know what we're in on, but we're in on it. We're all together in on this weirdness.
Yeah. The next one was, that one, honestly, that's probably the most iconic and memorable one for me was Justice, just because it's so freaking hilarious. Sorry, Cirroc, were you about to say something? Did I cut you off?
Yeah. I was just going to say, I'm surprised they got Riker off of that planet.
That they got Riker off of that planet?
Let's just pause here
he got
for
off.
a minute.
Did he get off the planet?
Not immediately.
We're starting to lay the groundwork. They're starting to lay the groundwork for Riker's, sort of
escapades.
Yeah, his sexual
appetite.
That they're setting him up. That we see that you and I, the three of us have scratched our heads through this season, going, wait, is he what level of integrity are we supposed to accept this guy? He's loving up Troy, but he's doing everything else, so we don't know what this is. It's definitely
he loved Justice, though. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. He's like, cool planet. Even Worf was like, maybe I'll stick around.
Planet.
Even
all right.
Tasha was having a cocktail with some
she's
cute
allowed.
guy over there. Having a cocktail.
Yeah.
You don't see Tasha having a cocktail very often.
At least it was by your own choice this time.
Yeah. So the next one was, what is this? Episode 8, The Battle, or Episode 9, The Battle, when a group of Ferengi present Captain Picard with the derelict remains of his old starship, he begins to lose himself in the past. This was the one with kind of like he's seeing the hazy crew people and he's back on his ship, the
Stargazer.
Thank you, the Stargazer, yeah, which was also referenced many times throughout the Next Generation, as well as Star Trek Picard. It's his first captaincy. Not a lot there, though.
I think this is the first introduction of the Picard maneuver. I think that's the first time we actually hear it mentioned, the Picard maneuver. But yeah, this episode was
kind of bland.
Not much. Yeah, not much to it. Not much to it.
No,
it was in and out. Kind of like John Delancey playing Q. The next episode is Hide and Q. If you remember, this is the one with like those pig monsters. It says Q returns to the Enterprise, testing Commander Riker by giving him the power of the Q. This was very kind of a herky-jerky episode, if I remember correctly. Had those pig monsters.
And he's changing into all kinds of,
Yeah, and testing Riker.
Like World War II, and, he's all kinds of things. Yeah.
Civil War stuff.
Is this the episode where he told Wesley, like, I could do something for you, or where he told
It was Riker that he was testing, but then he was going from person to person, and he was like, oh, and that's what it was. He made Wes an adult, and then he gave Geordi his vision. Yeah,
that's the episode.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was just exerting his Q-ness, in that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, not too much to say about that, I think. But next was Haven. If you remember this one, it says tensions mount as Counselor Troy's arranged marriage and her mother takes a liking for Captain Picard. Meanwhile, a plague ship threatens the planet where they are meeting. But of course, this is where we meet Deanna Troy's mom, Loxana Troy, played by Majel Roddenberry. Troy's making out with that dude. Riker's like, hey, I'm the only one that could make out with other people, not you.
Yeah, really, really, I loved seeing Majel and her assistant, that Mr. wonderful Holm. Carl, Mr. Holm. I forget his name, Carl, who is just a standout actor who has appeared in so many things. I think he played Lurch, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
you are correct. Yeah.
Yes. That was fun to have them on set and really kind of magical in their portrayal of those characters.
Carl Stryken.
Yeah, Carl Stryken, fabulous actor. Again, though, this is a head scratcher for us because of the logistics of the through line of these characters. We were left going, well, wait a minute, Riker's just been, getting off on justice and, and now you're getting all pouty and proprietary with, and where is this relationship?
I like the Riker that wants Troy. I actually prefer that Riker as opposed to the Riker that wants everybody else. The swinger Riker, the player Riker. I actually like. I think he's better as the good boyfriend type than the player type. But what I do remember about this episode was the backdrop of them being on the planet when the interaction between Riker and Troy. It felt like a nice, like Gone with the Wind type of, Western background, like a purple sky in the back. And
they were in the holodeck, right?
Yeah, but it reminded me of like the old Western or something that I've watched. The way it was lit, the way it was staged, and even though it's simple and kind of maybe sound stagey, I kind of liked it. It just made me feel a certain type of way. So that's what stands out to me about this episode. Besides the whole Riker,
you're going to get some
Troy beef.
You're going to get some westerns in future episodes with the Next Generations. Oddly enough, but we're going to take a super quick break, everybody. People that are listening in, they're like, I know the westerns. There's one called A Fistful of Datas. Just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with there. It's kind of a weird one. Anyway, everybody stick around. We're going to give ourselves a very quick break, and we'll be right back on The Seventh Rule.